welcome back to our last video. And if you're a true watcher, you will see that we are in the same clothes, because we're filming both the video of June and then July, August on the same day. Because today it will be about our overall Pilsen and volunteering experience and what we did the last 12 months and 10 months. So yes, right, hope that's interesting. You will see.
I feel that for me it's now not hard, but maybe weird to I don't really want to think that this experience is over. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's just in 2 months it's going to be over, and I don't really want to think about that because I just feel weird, and it makes me a little bit sad also to think about it. But here we are to talk about the good things, and I mean, it's a good thing that I don't want to end it, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just a lot of mixed feelings, I would say. I think that maybe you feel the same.
I feel like it took so much time of our life. I mean, we're more or less a year is long for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're 80 or 20.
Yeah, I'm 24 and she's 18. No,
19. But in the end, it's strange to think that you more or less spent a year of your life in Czech Republic, in a country which you didn't really know beforehand, and you did something you have never done before, working, for example, here in Totem. And as I mentioned in the intro, I will only do 10 months here, so I will quit my volunteer year beforehand because of applying to universities and having to take entry exams to get into them, and also looking for flats, and it's very stressful. So I decided on finishing earlier, and yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different.
Yeah, and I feel that in this video we can talk about how has been our volunteer year, months, doesn't matter. Both of us, how has been in Totem, and also maybe how it has been. I mean, I feel that with Hannah we are always talking about that. It's really doing a volunteering year. It's not just about working in a place, in an organization, and doing your tasks. It's also about knowing a lot about yourself. It's also about trying to improve your skills. I don't know, knowing how to be alone, knowing how to deal with other people that has a different mindset as yours, and cultural situations. It's about traveling alone. It's about meeting other people.
Yes.
In Czech Republic, it's about drinking beer.
I think I did a very similar video beginning of the year. I mean in January, February for German. And there I also mentioned the same points. And for me it was one specific thing is that I knew that Czech Republic and Germany are not very different. I mean, of course there's cultural differences, but it's overall quite similar. I know the food, they know our food. You more or less know maybe just a word or something before coming to the other country, and now a little bit more than just a word. And also the people are very like-minded, and for me it was more or less the fear, I would say, of her because I knew that this would be a bit different, and I didn't know what to expect, and I think it worked out pretty well.
And for you, what would you say that it was the best and the worst to live in a new city? I mean, even though the cultural shocks or like the cultural differences were not that big, Pilsen was a new city from you. You came here alone.
I think like the
This is going to be an interview for Hannah.
I think the best part was really that we like my region in Germany is very like dead, I would say. There's not like a lot of things going on, and the next biggest city is like the size of Pilsen, and I thought it would be not a lot of things, not a lot of, I don't know, restaurants or like people on the streets. Normally I'm not really used to that, and that was like a really nice surprise, and it was really good. And
The worst?
maybe the worst is that it's like this is not that far away from home, so I feel like I can go home like in between and see my family or see my friends, but at the same time it's like just the right amount of far away where it still take you a whole day to travel. And it's like if it would be a bit longer, I wouldn't have done it as much as I did, but if it would be shorter, maybe like it wouldn't be that hard to do it. So it was that's not the best. But what about you? Best and worst thing?
Best. The best probably it's that for me, every day that I wake up, now maybe it's not that, but like for me, yes, I see differences between where I come from compared to here. So the feeling of this emotion when everything is new, it's very, I know, it makes you feel alive and it makes you feel happy, because it doesn't matter if you are not doing anything special, but sometimes you are just walking around or you are just, I don't know, sitting in a bar and you see things that you are not used to it. And maybe I would say that like the thing that your curiosity is always there.
Yes.
And this, it's not only about the cities and the architecture, and it's also about the behavior of the people here, the way that you communicate with local people, the way that you meet with new people and you make friends and you go partying and you go traveling. Like everything is new, so everything is exciting.
Yes, and I feel like it also, like for me, I feel very mature, because like I can do all of this.
Yeah, because it's like you have to. I mean, it's when you're living a volunteer year and you're alone in a city, you have to. I mean, you are living kind of an adult life, but at the same time, you're still young and you really want to enjoy life and travel and meet with people and everything. But it's like you learn how to be alone and how to find your routine and your own decisions. And I mean, if you're not mature, and then you do a volunteer year, you will be mature because you need to survive it, I feel like. And the worst, I would say that is, here in Pilsen, I haven't met a lot of Catalan people, and sometimes, I mean, it feels like, but it's weird when you can never talk your own language, because, as you know, I talk in Catalan, I sing in Catalan, I love in Catalan, and when I cannot, I mean, I can talk in Spanish and in English, and it's perfectly fine, but. And of course, when I talk with my friends or my family, I talk in Catalan, but I don't know, it was hard to find Catalan people in Pilsen. I don't know what they are doing. Or if they are here or they are trying to hide from me. If there's someone from Catalonia,
Write it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments, yeah, that's probably would be like the... Well, and of course, there's bad days and good days in the volunteer year, like, it's not, I don't really like when people are like, yeah, you're living abroad, you will have the year of your life, it's going to be amazing. And of course, some days it's amazing, as you have also amazing days in your hometown, sitting in your sofa with your mom. But you also have bad days, and then like when there are some situations that are not working how you would like to be worked, then you feel more sad, or like I feel that good situations are very, very like, or a good moment, it's amazing and it hits very hard and you feel very full, and but then when you have a bad situation or like you're sad or something is not working as it should, then you feel deep sad, like very sad.
Yes.
And that's like,
For you also the winter was quite hot, right? Like the temperature?
yeah, that's true, I forget about that. I feel that, I mean, if you're here just for a year, you don't really care because it's like, it's just 4 or 5 months and you are like, okay, it's just 5 months, I can deal with it. But it's true that for me, the wind, I don't like like cold and everything. So, and I also not used to few hours of light. So yeah, that was a bit hard for me because too much cold. Then you see that.
And Blau is complaining since January that it's not summer already.
I mean, guys, we are in June and it's now it's hot. But like 3 weeks ago, it was not that hot.
You were in Greece.
I was in Greece. It was raining a lot. I'm not lucky with that. But whether it's true that I would say that, and it's really, you really see the difference between winter and summer, because in winter the city is quiet and there's things going on, but you don't see them. You have to look for them. But now in summer, you go and you walk around wherever, and people is outside all the time, and there's a lot of events going on, and it really, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. And the lakes, amazing.
In the beginning, for example, I really didn't want to. I mean, I was a little bit upset that we were not living close to the center because all our friends were in the center and mostly all the things that you do are in the center. But then after a few months, I realized that living in Bolivets is amazing because there's great people around here. We are close to the lakes. The lakes are beautiful. I know tomorrow we are going to do a barbecue in the lakes and take a bath, and that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice because it's like you don't have to like go for a long time to the city. Like it just takes like 10 minutes, but at the same time you have nature here, and then like 20 different supermarkets nearby. It's really good.
So if the new volunteers, you are watching this, don't be worried about living a little bit far away from the center, because then in the winter you will always be in the center, but in the summer everybody wants to come to your neighborhood because it is very nice. Now that everything is ending and you can think about what have you lived, I have a question for you. Now that the project is ending and you're starting a new chapter in your life, if you could talk with the Hannah in 1 year that you will be in the university and everything, what would you say to this Hannah? Like to you in 1, 2, 3 years. If you could talk with her, would you say to her some advice or some recommendation?
I don't know if it would be like advice, but maybe like that everything like will fall in place. Like, I mean, it sounds stupid to say like, oh,
it's not stupid.
No, like, but it sounds stupid to say like, everything happens for a reason, but like kind of it is. And like I think sometimes you have to push through things, and sometimes it's just like you can really go with the flow, and it will be alright, like both ways. So, like, what about you? What would you tell your past, Blau?
My past. To Blau in the past, I would say just it feels also very like a stereotype, or I don't know, like very common, but like enjoy every moment in your life because time flies, and this is something that I feel that I'm becoming older, and I'm just 24, but you know, this feeling that you really want to do a lot of things, but the day is just 24 hours, so you don't really know how to manage the time to do all the things that you want to do in your life. And I would just say to myself, like, no hurries. Maybe you cannot do everything, and maybe you can do some things and just enjoy it 100%, and maybe that's what life is about.
Yeah.
And also I would take your advice. I think that everything happens for a reason, or at least I like to think in that way, because it's a more pleasant way to live. If not, I would be crying every day.
Yes.
But I really feel that everything happens for a reason. Even the bad moments, when you are living them, you are like, why? But then you just see that.
Yeah. And most things are really not that serious. Like, I was...
Yeah, just make fun of life. Life makes fun of us.
Like, in the beginning of May, I had like a super stressful day. Nothing was working out. I didn't find my keys and everything. And like, I was super afraid of it. My train was delayed, and then like it didn't go and everything. And I couldn't get to Pilsen. But like, in the end, like 2 days later, there was not a single problem anymore. Like, everything worked out.
Here's something that I learned in Pilsen. Like, someday we were having some problems, and I was feeling a little bit worried and anxious about it and stressed. But then, really, maybe what you need is just to eat your favorite dish, sleep 9 hours, and then tomorrow the problem is going to be solved.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just like that. Okay, we are getting very deep and intense.
Okay, so
maybe it's time to...
Hope you got some nice advice.
Yeah, hope it was also nice to meet you. Us.
And
for us, it was really nice to meet you.
Yes, and have a nice time with the new volunteers.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.